श्रीशैलेश दयापात्रं धीभक्त्यादिगुणार्णवं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरं मुनिं लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये मातापिता युवतयस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं सरश्च महदाह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखरयोगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणुपरकालयतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। वेदान्तदेशिककटाक्षविवृद्धबोधं कान्तोपयन्त्रियमिनः करुणैकपात्रं वत्सान्ववायम् अनवद्यगुणैरुपेतं भक्त्या भजामि परवादि भयङ्करार्यम्। रघु फॉलो पண்றியா? कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा संध्या प्रवर्तते।
कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा संध्या प्रवर्तते।
उत्तिष्ठ नरशार्दूल कर्तव्यं दैवमान्निकम्।
उत्तिष्ठ नरशार्दूल कर्तव्यं दैवमाह्निकम्।
उत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ गोविन्द उत्तिष्ठ गरुडध्वज।
उत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ गोविन्द उत्तिष्ठ गरुडध्वज।
उत्तिष्ठ कमलाकान्त त्रैलोक्यं मङ्गलं कुरु।
उत्तिष्ठ कमलाकान्त त्रैलोक्यं मङ्गलं कुरु।
मातः समस्तजगतां मधुकैटभारेः
मातस्तमस्तजगतां मधुकैटभारेः
वक्षो विहारिणि मनोहर दिव्यमूर्ते।
वक्षो विहारिणि मनोहर दिव्यमूर्ते।
श्रीस्वामि निःश्रितजनप्रियदानशीले
श्रीस्वामि निःसृतजनप्रियदानशीले
श्रीवेङ्कटेश दयिते तव सुप्रभातम्।
श्रीवेङ्कटेश दयिते तव सुप्रभातम्।
Very good. We covered till here. Kalpaka, can you chant the next one along? Do two times. तव सुप्रभातमरविन्दलोचने
तव सुप्रभातमरविन्दलोचने तव सुप्रभातमरविन्दलोचने
भवतु प्रसन्नमुखचन्द्रमण्डले
भवतु प्रसन्नमुखचन्द्रमण्डले भवतु प्रसन्नमुखचन्द्रमण्डले
विधिशङ्करेन्द्रवनिताभिरर्चिते
विधिशङ्करेन्द्रवनिताभिरर्चिते विधिशङ्करेन्द्रवनिताभिरर्चिते
वृषशैलनाथ दयिते दयानिधे
वृषशैलनाथ दयिते दयानिधे वृषशैलनाथ दयिते दयानिधे।
टू टाइम्स चलो
चलो तव सुप्रभातमरविन्दलोचने भवतु प्रसन्नमुखचन्द्रमण्डले विधिशङ्करेन्द्रवनिताभिरर्चिते वृषशैलनाथ दयिते दयानिधे तव सुप्रभातमरविन्दलोचने भवतु प्रसन्नमुखचन्द्रमण्डले विधिशङ्करेन्द्रवनिताभिरर्चिते वृषशैलनाथ दयिते दयानिधे।
சூப்பர். ஸ்ரீனி அதே மாதிரி அழகா பாடு பார்க்கலாம்.
நான் சொல்றேன், நான் பாடல. तव सुप्रभातमरे अरविन्दलोचने भवतु प्रसन्नमुखचन्द्रमण्डले विधिशङ्करेन्द्रवनिताभिरर्चिते वृषशैलनाथदयिते दयानिधे రెండు వాటి சொல்லணுமா
चलो
तव सुप्रभातमरविन्दलोचने भवतु प्रसन्नमुखचन्द्रमण्डले विधिशङ्करेन्द्रवनिताभिरर्चिते वृषशैलनाथदयिते दयानिधे
very nice. Gayatri ஒரு தடவை சொல்லிடுறேனே and then we'll go to the meaning.
तव सुप्रभातमरविन्दलोचने भवतु प्रसन्नमुखचन्द्रमण्डले विधिशङ्करेन्द्रवनिताभिरर्चिते वृषशैलनाथदयिते दयानिधे.
Very nice. Super. So, I'll just take 5 minutes to bring the context back. 2 weeks achilla. Venkateswara Suprabhatam. So, what we discussed is Venkateswara Suprabhatam is the opening morning prayer to wake up Venkateswara and to wake up Lakshmi Pirati. But it is also in our in the process we are also waking ourselves up, because we said they are not sleeping anyways. It is not that Bhagavan is sleeping and then we have to wake him up, right? If he is sleeping, then what happens to us? Achicho tungi petene appadina Bhagavan comes and tells us. So I don't think we will be in that situation, right? That consciousness which is represented by Venkatesha, by Krishna, by Narayana, that consciousness is always awake. We sleep because we need to give rest to our body and mind. And when we wake up, we need to wake up fresh, energetic, and in the presence and remembrance of God. When we get up with that kind of a mindset. So you bring your mind in the remembrance of God. Karagre vasate Lakshmi. There are children are taught to do that, right? The moment you get up, you look at your eyes. So you do that because you want to get up in the most auspicious way possible. And Venkateswara Suprabhatam that Prativadi Bhayankaram Anna has composed is a way of waking up the Lord, but actually he is also waking all of us up. If you look at him as an acharya, as a guru, he is also waking us up to say that wake up to your true self. Wake up to your true nature. Wake up to the true understanding of who you are. So all of that waking up is kind of part of this process, right? It is not just going and waking up somebody on the outside. And which is why when we listen to Suprabhatam, as we chant also, we should slowly try to bring that awakening within, that devotion, that bhakti, that Bhagavad Chintana. The mind needs to dwell in the different forms of God, the avataras, the different alankaras. All of that we bring into our mind so that it becomes a meditative process. And Venkateswara Suprabhatam, the way he has composed it also, both in terms of the way it is sung, the tune, and also the way the chandas that he has composed, is very beautiful. It is very pleasant in the morning, and it gives you a meditative process to get up. It offers you a meditative process. It is always good to not get up with a jerk, with an excitement, with an anxiety. You will notice on days when you get up with an anxiety, it will linger around for a long time. You get up with a certain jerk, or I forgot my alarm didn't go off. I forgot to wake up. And I had to get up at 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. I have to get up, and I slept off. When you notice that on such days when you get up like that, that linger will be there. There'll be a certain agitation that will set in. So this is a process of waking up nicely. You wake up gently and you wake up into auspiciousness, Mangalam. So he started off with Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashardula Kartavyam Daivamanyakam, as though he is waking up Rama. That is the first verse. The second verse, he is waking up as though he is waking up Krishna. Uttishto Uttishta Govinda Uttishta Garudadhvaja Uttishta Kamalakanta Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru. So the first two verses were waking up Rama, him as Rama, Venkateswara as Rama. The second was waking him up as Krishna, Govinda. And we saw the meanings of each of those words. What does Govinda mean? What does Garuda Dhwaja? What is the significance of Garuda and all of that, right? And then he goes to Mother. Matas samasta jagatam madhukaita bharehe vaksho viharinin manohara divyamurte Shri Swamini Shrita Janapriya Dana Shile Shri Venkatesha Daite Tava Suprabhatam. Now he's going to Mother and saying, Mother, you wake up because you are the one who brings auspiciousness, Mangalam. Shri, the term Shri means auspiciousness. So you are the one who brings auspiciousness. So by means of waking you up, I am waking up Narayana. I'm waking up Venkateshwara. You also get up, O Mother. So that is the process that we saw. And here he's saying Shri Swamini Shritajana Priyadana Shile. So when you wake up with that compassion. Shritajana Priyadana Shile. You are loved by everybody. Hence, please wake up. One line I think we missed just speaking about or discussing about is that Uttishta Kamalakanta Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru. So the Uttishta Govinda, Uttishta Garuda Dhwaja, he's waking him up 3 times, we said. Waking up all the three, the gross, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual layers within us. You wake up at all levels, and you wake up through all the layers of consciousness that we have. Okay, Sushupti, Swapna, and Jagrata Avastha. All the Avastha you wake up, and you wake up through all the realms of existence, which is Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha. And so when you wake up this way, and then we said also we wake up to and destroy all the obstacles, the 3 kinds of obstacles we said, which is Tapatraya, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika, and Adi Daivika. So all of this Uttishta Govinda, Uttishta Garuda Dhwaja. Then Uttishta Kamala Kanta. So here itself, Mother is brought in, Kamala Kanta. So one who you are, the husband of Kamala. Uttishto Kamala Kanta Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru. So you are the husband of Kamala, Devi, Lakshmi, and you're also shining like Kamala, like the lotus. You're shining like the lotus. Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru. You have to wake up because only by you waking up can something good be done. Trailokyam in all the 3 worlds, Mangalam Kuru. Get up. He's instructing him to get up and do good for everybody. Which means when you wake up in that mode of waking up, as we said, you gently wake up. You wake up in a feeling of auspiciousness. You wake up in a feeling of gratitude. You wake up in a feeling of devotion. When we wake up each morning like that, what will you feel like doing? You'll feel like doing good things only. If you feel agitated while waking up, you will want to shout at somebody besides you. If you miss your alarm and you wake up with a jerk, first thing you'll go and shout at your partner and say, why did you not wake me up? First கத்ததான் தோணும். ஐயோ, I thought you were sleeping, you were resting, you were so tired yesterday. அதெல்லாம் உங்களை யார் பார்க்க சொன்னா? எழுப்ப வேண்டியதானே என்ன? So when you get up with a certain agitation, you will tend to exhibit that and display that in your transaction. When you get up with a certain level of auspiciousness, always we have to get up, sit in our bed for a little while, never jump out of bed. Sit in the bed for a little while, do whatever japa, chant, mentally prostrate to your guru, to your Ishta Devata, whatever. Bring that into your mind. Could be like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Bring that into your mind and then get up from the bed. Then when this auspicious waking up happens, then you will feel good within yourself, and what you will do, Mangalam Kuru. You will only do Mangalam things, you will do beautiful things. And then he goes on to wake up mother. Mata samasta jagatam madhukaita bharehe aksho viharani manohara divya murte. We spoke about madhukaita bhara. Madhu Kaitabha Arehe. So he is referred to as Madhu Kaitabha Arehe, as the one who has destroyed Madhu and Kaitabha. And we said in Devi Bhagavatam, and there is a reference of Madhu Kaitabha, who are, the symbolism is of like and dislike. Madhu is sweet, Kaitabha is like an insect, like a kita. We said it represents the dualities within us of Madhu and Kaitabha, of liking and disliking, Raga Dvesha. So when we get up, let us kill the Raga Dvesha and get up. Arehe, Ari means the destroyer of, one who is a destroyer or killer. So we invoke that within us. We invoke Madhu Kaitabha Arehe, your, there's a Sambodhana there. So you're referring to Venkateswara, saying that may that rise within me. What? May the ability to destroy this particular likes and dislikes and dualities, raga dvesha, that is there. When I wake up, immediately I wake up into this duality. First duality is எனக்கு எழுந்துக்கவே பிடிக்கலையே. First thing you don't like when you wake up is you don't want to wake up, right? You want to go back to sleep. So upfront there is a like dislike that is emerging out the moment we wake up. So that what we are praying here and what we are trying to invoke is, when I wake up, may I not wake up to dualities. May I wake up to that being centered within me, that centeredness within me. When I wake up, let me wake up like that. Madhukaita bharehe paksho viharani manohara divya murte Shri Swami Nishita Janapriyadana Shile Shri Venkatesh Daite Tava Suprabhatam. Baksho viharani, you reside in the heart of Venkateshwara, O Mother. You reside in the heart of Venkateshwara. May you reside in my heart. Right? May you reside in my heart, and I invoke you in my Vakshasthala. So that is the third verse we saw. So we saw 1, 2, 3. Now let's just look at what's the fourth one. Tava Suprabhatam Aravindalochane Bhavatu Prasanna Mukhachandra Mandale. See, all of these are very beautiful, auspicious things that you want to see in the morning. You want to see Tava Suprabhatam Aravindalochane. You want to see beautiful eyes. You want to see a beautiful face. Mukha Chandra Mandale. See, although the shlokas here, okay, Kalpaka is saying, if Mahalakshmi stops looking at the Lord and he closes his eyes for a second, it's the end of the world. I read somewhere. Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's literally, or Mahalakshmi stops looking at the Lord and he closes his eyes for a second.
அவர் வந்து இவ பாத்துட்டு இருக்கிற வரைக்கும் தான் நம்மள பாத்துட்டு இருக்காரு.
Also, because she is looking at him, he is looking at us.
The 4 kalpas or whatever get over at the
Chatur
time.
Yugas, correct, and the Kalpas. True. Yeah. So in fact, in there's this whole description of how the lifetime of each of these yugas and each of the celestials are there in Srimad Bhagavatam. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a whole description of how each year or each time for each of the celestials are determined. So, and say it goes up to Brahma, and Brahma lives for 50 years, and Brahma's each year is several Chatur Yugas. Each day is a Chatur Yuga, each night is a Chatur Yuga. So we are right now at Kali Yuga, and we are at the peak of the Kali Yuga, and we are descending, something like that, right? So, and Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. 4,32,000 வருஷங்கள் Kali Yuga. So each of this is so large, and then Brahma is there, and this whole creation destruction happens so many times. So many times. In fact, Bhagavata spans across the Chatur Yugas. There are stories from Satya Yuga, there are stories from Dwapara Yuga, there are stories from Kali Yuga. So this it spans across, and Treta Yuga, of course. So it spans across yugas, and you don't know which particular. So the Satya Yuga is not just this Satya Yuga, right? There would have been another Chatur Yuga where there is a Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. There are many, many such yugas and many Chatur Yugas, and then Brahma creates and destroys all of them so many times, and Brahma himself has a destruction. So there's a Brahma who dissolves, and then Narayana, from the navel of Narayana, again Brahma, another new Brahma comes and starts the whole process. So the scale is so large, and the Bhagavatam says that all of this happens in a wink of Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu does an eye close and open. So many of these things happen. So there are multitudes of pralayas that have happened, right, through this whole process. Yeah, so Kalpaka, that's true. So there is a mention of this in Bhagavatam. So Tava Suprabhatam Aravinda Lochane. So Aravinda is also another name for lotus. And your eyes are as beautiful as the lotus. Eyes are lotus eyed. We are referring to his eyes as lotus eyed, which is very beautiful. But it also means that, see, again, we will keep doing this through the whole Venkateswara Suprabhatam wherever possible, right? We will try to make a reference back to what it means to us, how we should look at this, how we should try and emulate some of these ideas and concepts that are indicated here. Because Tava Suprabhatam Aravinda Lochane, oh Lord, your eyes are so beautiful like the lotus. But shouldn't end there, right? His eyes are beautiful, yes, it's very nice. But then it also means that we also should blossom, our eyes should open up fully. We should also open up our eyes to see the world the way it is, in a beautiful way. That should also happen. So whatever it requires. So this waking up process, if you notice, it's like broken into many, many, many steps. Although for us, waking up is like yaro kuliki udra எழுந்துட்டு bathroom ஓடி போறோம். That is not, that's not the waking process. It is a very, if you break it down, it is a very gentle process that determines your state of consciousness that is going to be pretty much for the rest of the day. So when you wake up like this, with you wake up, you sit down, you pray, you look at, think of the Lord, all of that in your day, and then you wake up and you open up your eyes. You don't fall into Raga Dvesha, which is Madhu Kaitabha, and then you wake up to Sava Suprabhatam Aravinda Lochane. You see the lotus eyed one. So you see the Lord with his lotus eyes, and you also open up. So when you have to see the Lord, who is beautiful, you have to open up your eyes fully. Correct? To be able to see the Lord, whether in your mind or outside the whatever image that you have on the outside, you have to open up your eyes fully to be able to see him. Bhavatu prasanna mukha chandra mandale. May your face be smiling and beautiful like the orb of a moon, the Chandra Mandala. On a Purnami night, the Chandra Mandala, or the Mandala means, Mandala usually means, the direct meaning is an orb. Orb means the aura. In a way, the Mandala is like an aura. See, usually, like right now, in Mandala also means a circle. Mandala also means a spherical structure. Now, if you look at what is
Symmetric
happening,
இது நினைக்கிறேன் சிமெட்ரிக்கா வரையறாங்க.
symmetric, but it covers all sides. So essentially, more like a sphere or a circle. It covers all sides. Actually, what Jannavi has her as an image there is like an orb, right? Jannavi's image shows an orb, right? Like the rings of Saturn. So right now, what's happening in Ayodhya is a mandala. After the consecration, after the prana pratishtha, they say there is a mandala, which means also in the same context, it is a period of time that is that is um, that's the aura of time. So, like for example, each one of has an aura, a physical aura, right? Mandalam is 45 days. The day number of days, it kind of is around 48, 42, 48, somewhere there. 40, some people say 40, 42, 48. But it's usually it ranges between 40 to 48. Mandala. And mandala means, in that case, it's the mandala of time. There is mandala of space, which means it's an aura of your space, your aura. And then there is the, which means aura means what? You are this physical body, but your body doesn't exactly end where the skin ends, right? There is a certain field of energy that is there. And there are photographies that are available today. There are methods that are available through which you can identify people's aura. Just, I mean, keep that aura photography alone. Just the regular the thermal sensors that are there also.
The Krillian photography or no chalo?
Trillion photography, correct. So Trillion photography has the ability to capture your aura, and there are colors to it, and there are interpretations that are given to the colors. But even if you look at the thermal sensors, the thermal photographies that are made, you will see the individual has a certain energy field outside the skin. Now that energy field is the aura. And that aura has an impact on you. That is the aura that collects information from the outside. That is the aura that is cleansed when you're doing drishti shuddhi podradhu. When parties and all, in those times, they did this kotangachi or with fire. They will do this. They will take drishti out. That fire essentially cleanses that aura. So cleansing of the aura is something which is very important, because even if you take shower, to some extent the aura gets cleansed. But there are methods that you use to do. Breathing cleanses your aura in some way. Meditation cleanses your aura. And that is why you start feeling better also. Once your aura, because a lot of times the aura collects a lot of negativities in our transactions in the world. And when you cleanse the aura, then it becomes brighter. Sometimes you will see, ஒரு தேஜஸ் தெரியறதே அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவா. You see, there is a certain glow that I see in you. Sometimes some people will always be able to see a tejas or a glow, but most people will be able to see at sometimes at least. Right? At sometimes at least we will be able to see a certain glow in some people, most people. How is that glow seen? That is the aura. You'll not be able to really describe what is right. They may not have done makeup and all. Right? They wouldn't have gone to do like a 5-layer makeup, and that is why the aura. No. They would have just done their, taken shower and all that, gone to the altar, put a little this thing, nicely they would have come out. You'll see a certain, some kind of a glow that will appear. That is the aura. We experience the aura in that context.
There are multiple layers upon it.
மேக்கப்ல சொல்றேல
இல்ல ஆராலியே
aura, yeah.
there are multiple
நீங்க அது அந்த ஜோக் வச்சு இது பண்ணல நினைச்சேன், சாரி.
there are multiple layers you can see.
Absolutely. So there is an ability for somebody, in fact, mama சொல்ற மாதிரி, gurus who have the ability to see through the aura, they can read the aura. They'll be able to read through, like a pretty Ayurveda doctor can touch your nadi and tell your state of well-being. Gurus can look at, which is how gurus are able to look at somebody and say, they have the ability, they sense the aura. There is a development of a faculty within such individuals or yogis and gurus, who have the ability by looking at somebody and sensing what's wrong, what, and that, like Mama saying, you're actually going through the layers of that aura to be able to look at that. Reiki masters, yeah, because Reiki is also an energy practice. So this is what is when we say Chandra Mandale, the mandala of Chandra in Paurnami is so beautiful. You look at, I mean, pay attention to the Paurnami night moon, you will see there is a very bright mandala around it. That is the space mandala, the mandala in space. Then, as we spoke, there is mandala of time, which is the 40 days, 48 days, which means in time, there is a certain time within which that consecration that you do is very impactful. In fact, there is a Swamiji right now, I saw a message, who's sitting and every day doing puja to the Mula Vigraha at Ayodhya, and he's taken up Sankalpa to do it for the Mandala period for 48 days. Why? Because the Prana Pratishtha itself is important to bring that energy in one place, but to retain it, you need to energize it and enforce it and establish it. That establishment happens over a period of 48 days. Like you will read a lot of management books, you will see I've read earlier, they say to create a habit it takes 21 days, but that is to create a physical habit of your personality. But if you're wanting to establish a spiritual process, it takes at least double, 42 days. That's a mandala. Because you're now working with energy. When you're getting into the realm of spirituality, you're working with your energies. When you're working just with a habit, you're working with a physical trait. Right? I cannot be without coffee. Try for 21 days. Somehow try it for 21 days. After 21 days, the urge will not be so much. It's a physical trait. It's a physical transformation. But if there's spiritual transformation that needs to happen at an energy level, it at least takes double the time, which is 42, 21 to 42. But 42 to 48, different people have this thing. But that is the time mandala. That is why the same term is used in both cases. So this we are talking here about is the space mandala. Bhavatu prasanna mukha chandra mandale. May your face be bright and prasanna mukha, which means shining and pleasant. Prasanna. Prasanna means a very pleasant face, but that pleasant face, because there is pleasantness inside, your face looks like a moon's orb. Right? Because there is this pleasantness inside, which is the aura also that you will see in people. When you see people and you see them, um, you feel this, there is some glow in them. You will notice by when you ask them how are they feeling inside, they will actually be feeling pleasant inside. So we bring ourselves to that pleasantness inside. Bhavatu prasanna mukha chandra mandale. When that pleasantness is there, there is this beautiful glow that comes. Oh, may that glow be there on you, Bhagavan. Vidhi Shankara Indra Vanita Archite. So the wives of these people are now coming to worship you. Now here he's still talking about mother, okay? So let's keep that context, because Matas Samasta Jagatam Lendra, it is continuing. Matas Samasta Jagatam. And because he'll now say, Vrishashaila Natha Daite, a wife of Vrishashaila Natha, Dayanidhe. So who are now also praying to you? Vidhi, Shankara, Indra, Vanitabhi, the wives of these three people. Vidhi is Brahma, Shankara is Shiva, and Indra, Indra. The wives of these three devatas are also coming and worshipping you. So, these three devatas are functioning and they're up and about, which means they are coming in, they're ready to come and worship you. They're standing there to worship you. The wives are up. So she is saying, Prativadi Bhayankara Manna in this shloka is saying that those wives have come up to now worship you, O mother. You also wake up. Wake up with this beautiful countenance, with beautiful this thing. See, there's one interesting thing here, if you notice. It's just something that I observed. In Saundarya Lahari, Lalita Sahasranama, and other Shakta works, Shakti based shlokas and works, you will see that Indra, Harihara Brahmendra Archite, Virinchi Harihara Sevite, Budilama. There will be where all the three, Brahma, Indra, Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Shiva, and Maheshwar and Vishnu, all of them come and worship you, O Mother. But in the way the Vaishnava philosophy, they don't come and worship the mother. Usually, their wives are coming and worshipping the mother. Because in a Vaishnava philosophy, the Narayana is given the highest, and she is the Pirati who's the wife of Narayana. But when you're praying, you pray to both of them. Whenever you're praying to one of them, you're praying to both of them. But here that interesting thing is he doesn't say Vidhi Shankara Indra Archite, O mother, because it's talking about mother, right? Mata Samasta Jagatam, Madhukaita Bhare. So it's talking about Vrishashailanatha Daite. Here, this particular verse is about Ambal, about Lakshmi. So here, who's coming and praying to Lakshmi? Vidhi Shankara Indra's wives have come and prostrated down to you. They have come and worshipped you, O mother. So just a mild this thing that I noticed between a Shakta text. Shakta text directly the husbands will come and worship. Here the wives are coming. Okay. So they are coming and worshipping you. Vrishashailanatha Daite Dayanidhe. Now, why Vrishashailanatha? So there are 7 hills there, right? Vrishashaila is one of the hills. We know Tirupati, the range of mountains, Tirumala mountains are a range of 7 mountains. Narayanadri, Venkatadri, Vrishabhadri, Sheshadri, Garudadri, Anjanadri,
Neeladri.
Neeladri. Thanks. So there are 7 mountains that are there, and each one has a story. Why that mountain is named like the Anjanadri is because Anjana, who's Hanuman's mother, did penance there. Right? So each one has a story of that. But Vrishabhadri is Vrishashaila. Vrishashailanatha Daite Dayanide. So there's a story why Vrishabhadri, the mountain, that mountain is called Vrishabhadri. But from our context, the way we see how the whole work, Venkateswara Suprabhatam goes, first you have Rama and Krishna, and then you come to the mother, and then after this you notice here he is called as Vrishashailanatha. Then after that he is called Sheshadri Shekhara. Sheshadri Shekhara, that will go for a little while. And then he'll be called Venkatachalapate. So Rama, Krishna, then the mother, and even in the so after that comes Vrishashailanatha, and then Sheshadri, and then Venkatanatha. So Vrisha is Vrishabha, or the word Vrisha essentially means a bull. It refers to a bull. And Nandi is a bull. And bull is also the symbol of, see, actually Mahishasuran is also a bull. That's also a bull, right? Mahisha. That's also a bull. The difference between a Nandi and a Mahisha is this, right? Nandi is a servant of the Lord, and Mahisha is the arrogant one. So the same bull, you can be the strong servant, but at the same time, you can be this arrogant, tyrannous creature which needs to be killed. So bull essentially is symbol of that animal tendency within us. And that animal tendency needs to be subdued, needs to be brought down. That is the only difference between us and an animal, right? We carry animal tendencies. In fact, they say that the reptilian brain is still within us. Although our cerebrum has developed, the reptilian brain is still within us. The territorial brain is also within us, which is why some of these characteristics come out. The territorial, the reptilial this thing to go and attack. So some of these tendencies are deep down within us because we have taken Chaushashti lakh. How many, Raghu? Chaushashti lakh yonis. We saw in Sudamapuri, right? We have taken 84 lakh yonis, which means we've gone through so many yonis. Which means we've got the tendencies of all that within us. All the previous births, yonis, the various forms that we have taken, animal, என்னது இவர் சொல்லுவாரு தாய்மானவர இதுல one of the புல்லாய் பூண்டாய் கல்லாய் மரமாய் பூதமாய்
கோளறுப்பதிகமா குருஜி?
எதுலமா?
கோளறுப்பதிகமா?
இல்ல இது வந்து ஒன் ஆஃப் தி தேவாரத்துல வரும். அது நான் சொல்றேன். அது பட் இட்ஸ் வெரி பியூட்டிஃபுல். சிவபுராணத்துல கரெக்ட். தேங்க்ஸ். So he talks about the various forms we've taken. Kalla kuda eduthirukom namba. We've taken a form of this consciousness has taken the form of a jada, like a stone also. So all of these forms we've come through, and there is residue of all of that within us even now. So Vrisha refers to all those animal tendencies, the tendencies which are latent within us, and a lot of times it surfaces out. So what should we become? We should become Vrisha Shaila. We should become one who is on the top of the animal tendencies. Natha. Vrisha Shaila Natha. One way of looking at it is there is the whole Vrisha tendency, the animal tendency is like a Shaila. It is like a rock, it's like a stone, it's like a mountain within us, and we become a Natha. We have to become, we have to overcome. Is overcome a good word? We have to overcome, or we have to dissolve. We have to dissolve those tendencies within us, those animal tendencies. What are animal? Generally, the animal tendencies are what? To be agitated, to be impulsive, right? Those are animal tendencies. What does the animal do? It doesn't think before acting. It doesn't think. It has to act immediately. It's impulsive. It is fearful. It is protective. It is territorial. It is preying, right? It preys on others. So all of these are tendencies of animals. So when you are waking up, this is the other thing. As you wake up, Madhukaita Bharehe, you are trying to dissolve all the likes, dislikes, Raga, Dvesha. You are also dissolving the animal tendencies within us. Right? Vrisha Shailanatha Daite Dayanidhe. Oh mother, I beseech you. So you are the Daite, you are the wife of Vrisha Shailanatha, Dayanidhe, compassionate one. With your compassion, again, we have to keep doing this. I am waking you up, oh mother, please wake up. Vrisha Shailanatha Daite Dayanidhe, please wake up. But at the same time, within me, let me wake up and overcome these animal tendencies within me. And how is that sought? With your compassion. Oh mother, Dayanidhe, with your compassion, May these animal tendencies be destroyed within me. Right? So that is the fourth verse. These are verses again to be meditated upon, but once the essence is sought, then when we listen to it the next time, we internalize these processes within. Right? When we look at the word Vrishashailanatha, we think about, okay, let me see, these animals will try to come out within me. These dualities or the raga dvesha will try to come out. But we are using this opportunity to be aware of it. See, when somebody is shaking their legs, you notice this. A lot of people will be sitting and they're doing something. They'll be shaking their legs without knowing, or the hand will be doing something. What do you need to stop shaking that leg? So, suppose you are shaking your leg and you're doing something. What do you have to do to stop shaking that leg? Do you have to hold your leg? Unfortunately, people who have Parkinson's, they have to literally hold their legs, but we don't. What do you have to do? We don't have Parkinson's. What do you have to do? You just have to pay attention. The moment you pay attention, the leg stops shaking. Oh, kaal aatindirken. Oh, I am shaking my leg. So the moment you bring attention, then it will stop. Again, when you lose attention, you are focusing somewhere else, your leg will start shaking out of habit, because your body is in a state of restlessness. But then you bring your attention again, then it will stop automatically. So you didn't have to put effort to stop. All you had to do is bring attention to it. That is what we are doing. This is a process of bringing attention to what is there within. Oh, I have these animal tendencies. Oh, I have these dualities. I have this raga dvesha. I have these lazinesses within me. I bring my attention. The moment I bring attention and then I offer it in contemplation, in devotion, then through grace, it will slowly reduce. So that is what it is. तव सुप्रभातम अरविंद लोचने भवतु प्रसन्न मुख चंद्र मंडले विधि शंकरेन्द्र वनिताभि अर्चिते वृषशैलनाथ दयिते दयानिधे. ओके. ओम श्री कांताय कल्याण निधे निधेत्तिनाम श्री वेंकट निवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मंगलम. ओम कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि सदाशिवायेति समर्पयामि जगदम्बिकायै इति समर्पयामि सद्गुरुनाथाय इति समर्पयामि. हरि ओम तत्सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः.